Oh, hi. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's so good to see you back again. Listen, if you're new, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button and join the community of thrivers. Post narcissistic abuse. We are here together. No narc zone. Let's go. Team no narc zone. Yes. Don't forget, guys, if you need to reach me, contact me, book those life coaching sessions. Information to do that is all down in the details below. Check it out, y'all. We are going to have a conversation today, and I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you drop a comment. In this community, we've dealt with a narcissist. Many of us have walked away. We've cut them off. We're moving on with our life. We have not looked back, and we don't plan and intend on ever looking back. It's done for the narc. The gig is up. For a lot of us, we have the t-shirt. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt for it, and really probably want to burn it if we haven't already. Buried it with the narc, okay? So for us, it's not about them anymore. It's about us, as it should be. It should have been. It was always really about you. They tried to dim your light, make you forget that you even existed, that you mattered, but it turns out you do. You destroyed them by even knowing that. Knowing your worth and your value really changed the game with this narcissistic freak show. So in this video, we're going to talk about what happens when you don't care no more. What happens when they know you don't care no more? Trust me, they know. Oh, they know. They know. There's a lot of things happening because they know you don't care no more. They are definitely smearing the crap out of your name, trying to stain your character, making up all kind of crazy stories. Matter of fact, all the nasty, dirty things they did, they're telling people it was you. This person is a sore loser, and they're outraged because of your indifference. There's nothing like a narcissist who becomes completely narcissistically outraged because you do not care anymore. And no matter what they do, it's not going to get you anymore. So now they want to ruin you and destroy you. Any narcissist who gets to feel the version of you that doesn't care anymore is a bothered narcissist. Because narcissists need you to care. They need you. They need you to pamper them, baby them, believe their lies, be mad at their lies, catch them in their lies so they can play about what happened, lie about what happened, trick you into believing they're sorry. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. The list goes on and on and on. Share your story below. Share your thoughts in the comments. I know you have an experience. And there's always some kind of game that they are playing with you and with everybody else, whether it's their family member or someone that they're dating and you don't know about, or someone they're married to and you don't know about. The craziest thing about narcissists, and if you know, you know, these people don't get tired. They don't get tired of lying. They don't get tired of backstabbing. They don't get tired of betraying people. They don't get tired of being wishy-washy. They don't get tired of their hot and cold behaviors. They don't get tired of being conniving and manipulative. So what that does is it exhausts the person who's trying to love them, trying to, just deal with them, whatever placement they have in your life. You become exhausted because you're always giving and they're always taking. All they do is take. That's all they know how to do. They don't even really want to work. When you've been breadcrumbs by a narcissist and you have an empathetic soul, you do stuff because you want to help. You feel sorry for them. They're coming home with a different story. Oh, today you got fired again. Oh, you got this going on. Oh, you can't pay that bill, this bill, So you're constantly trying to help. And maybe it's not a financial problem. Maybe it's a self-esteem problem. This person is always negative and you're always trying to be positive. You're always trying to keep them up, uplift them and find ways to, help them not self-loathe and act all depressive and boring and stiff. But it's like nothing really works with this robot. Honestly, you get tired. You get worn out. You get sick and tired of dealing with an overgrown baby. One that perhaps even acts a little demonic. Every day was a horror film. The things that came out of their mouth, all of the wishing death on you. Eventually you got tired. You got emotionally tired, mentally exhausted. Your spirit couldn't do it anymore. And you become numb. Numb to the nonsense. Numb to the ridicule. Numb to the lies. And you learn how to become silent. You tap into this place where they can no longer get to you how they used to get to you. You start to get in tune with reality. Reality is this person has no emotional maturity, no common sense, no emotional intelligence. This person can't even help it. And at this point, you've given so much that you have nothing left to give. They took you through hell and back. And that last time you cried, those tears, they hit different. That last tear you shed for that narcissist hits different. It bleeds out. You bleed it all out. And then you stand up and you're this new person. You're this new being. You just see it all different. You see them different. You no longer care about trying to help out, trying to be there for them. You're no longer worried about how they're going to shrivel and break down when you leave because they're so fragile and stupid. You start not caring. You don't care what it's going to do when you leave. You don't care how they're going to fall apart when you leave, because you know they're going to fall apart. You know everything that they fake built is going to flop when you leave, because you are keeping it together. Your prayers is keeping it all in alignment. It's your favor that got them looking favored. And you not caring, trust me, it bothers that narcissist, because they're having a lot of fun when you care, when you're easy to be used to create other narratives, when you're blind to the fact that this person was always like this, when you were blind and blaming yourself for everything and trying to constantly fix yourself for somebody who's just the walking dead. You take all power back. Now you don't care. You don't care if they're not talking to you. You don't care if they're not coming home. You don't care if they're wishing you happy birthday or not. You don't care if they've discarded. You hope they don't come back. Matter of fact, you set it up that way. You wanted them to break up with you so they can feel good and prideful about it and never come back. You wanted them to have the last word. That's why you didn't text back. You becoming indifferent and not reacting how they're used to you reacting, it burns them up on the inside. They may not show it, but they are hurt about that. They really thought they dominated you like that. They thought they controlled and owned you, and they thought you knew it too. They thought that every time they said, hop on one foot and bark like a dog, you would be roofering, but you're not. And if you used to, that game is dead. Ain't no more of that. You're not their puppet. You're not their doormat. You're not their fool. Your indifference got them feeling like they can't trust you. They should have never trusted you. They always knew you were a liar, blah, 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 blah. It got them playing victim, crying to everyone, telling everyone how they've been there for you. They did this, they did that, they sacrificed their life, they did this, they did that, they almost died. All these lies, all this wah, 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 blah, 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 cry me a river ass story. Honestly, you're seeing the victim playing role at its best right now because you no longer care. You're seeing the Hoovers the way you're seeing it because they know you no longer care. They're talking about you the way they're talking about you because they can feel that you no longer care. They're putting on the show that they're putting on with this newer person, this younger person, this new life, making these desperate moves because they want you to care. They want you to show signs that you still think about them, that you're still missing them, that you want them back, that you're jealous. But when they're not getting that, they're not hearing nothing, they're not bringing any type of attention to them, the situation, any of it. You're worried about healing now. You're worried about your peace. You're worried about living in reality because you were living in Delulu land when you was dealing with Mr. or Mrs. Delulu. You're worried about you now. And that bothers them because they were so used to you always being worried about them, always being concerned. You showed more concern and more love for that narcissist than their own birth mother. Yes, you did. And you used to care so much that you dimmed your light. You laid your life down. You sacrificed some things. You made some moves. You lost some money. You got into debt. But when they stabbed you in the heart and in the back the way that they did, it taught you something different. It woke you up in a different kind of way. And that sweet, loving, tender person that they thought you would always be to their narking BS, you turned it off and you became an enemy. You're going to be an enemy forever now because your shut off was not what they were expecting. You was really supposed to be a permanent doormat. That's why they married you. After doing everything you could possibly do, you exhaust yourself and you give up. Finally, you don't care anymore. Now they can do whatever they want, put their hot narcissistic breath all up in your face. You will not be moved. Your reactions lessen and lessen and lessen. And now the person who used to bother you and love watching you be bothered is bothered because you're not bothered. Bothered because you're indifferent. Bothered because you're gray rocking them. You're not going back and forth. You're not explaining yourself. You're not trying to be seen, trying to be loved. You're not looking to be validated on any level by them. Even if you financially need them, you're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to go work. I'm going to go figure it out. I'm going to go do this. When you don't care anymore, you destroy it. You destroy the game. You're supposed to care to the point where your stress levels are so high, you somewhere on somebody's hospital bed. Or you lose your life because you having a stroke at a young age or a heart attack at a young age, cancers and diseases at a young... I mean, when you don't care anymore, that's a problem. This person wanted you to put on all this weight, feel all ugly and out of place and all unworthy and feel like nobody wants you anymore and all that. But when you stop caring about what they say to you, what they want you to believe, and you really see the truth and start believing the truth, and you stand on truth and you focus on just peace, nothing they do matters. Everything they do and shoot your way, it just automatically gets blocked. Won't work. Rejected. They hate rejection. When you don't care no more, now they gotta suffer because you are rejecting them. That means this person has to work hard to make sure that somebody else deals with them, that somebody else wants them, somebody else telling them they love you because you ain't doing it. You don't care no more. You don't care about what they need. You don't care about their disabilities. You don't care about none of that. You don't care. Not like that. Not enough for you to still be bound to it and stuck with it and living with it, sleeping by it. You don't care anymore. So you got the strength to leave. Left them shocked, left that jaw hanging wide open, had them running to somebody fast because you gone. They need a warm body. So now they're settling. They're settling for big old elephant back, eating beans every night, sleeping in a tent. You left and you don't care. That means you're not coming back. That means they can't come back. And if you missed my video talking about when the narcissist cannot come back, when you finally know they cannot come back, check it out. You don't care no more. So they are going to find somebody who will. Whether through lies, manipulation, or deception, they're going to do what they're going to do. Because when you used to care, they took it for granted. They thought it was funny. They was laughing and making jokes and thinking that, man, they was going to break you so bad. But you've become indifferent and their tactics are clear and they won't work. They can't work. They'll never work again. They got to work that charm on somebody else. They got to love bomb somebody else. They got to influence somebody else. And if you're willing to admit the truth, that narcissist is not going to find nobody like you. You are not replaceable. If you want to admit the truth, if you're willing to admit the truth here, you are the best thing that ever happened to them. So trying to find somebody else is not an easy task. They may have to spend the rest of their life trying to train someone to be like you, which is dead. And depending on the narcissist, because some of them are set up to be aging. There is nobody else. It's over with. You not caring no more means that they're going to really die alone. They got to find someone else to do the job. You were not the one. They read your resume wrong. Matter of fact, they didn't even read it at all because they missed some major things. Some of the things listed on your resume was too strong for a narcissist. I'm the one you don't want to mess with. Don't bring that narcery over here. Do not come and waste my time. Do not bring that filth into my bed. And they did it. And you tried to see the best in them. You tried to work with them. You tried to be logical with them. You tried not to even call them or label them a narcissist. But it is what it is. Now that you know what you know, they can never get you where they used to have you. They can never get the reaction that they're desperate for. They can never get the supply that they're dying and eager to get. The supply that they live to get, they can never get it. It's over. They're starving now. They're thirsty now. They're dehydrated. They're the ones suffocating now because they don't have you to suffocate. They don't have you to dump it all on. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I'd love to read about your experiences. You don't care anymore. You used to care. You used to be bothered. You used to be so caught up in the trauma bond of it all. You used to be caught up in the false narrative. You were living in the illusion too. You tried to protect this person. You fought for them. And now you don't care anymore. You're not fighting for them. You're not fighting to be seen or heard by them or anyone that they know, because now they're working hard to convince everyone else, and you don't care. Whether they're doing good now or not, whether they're suffering now or not, whether they're sleeping with somebody or not, you don't care. And that is the last thing they expected, was for you to detach so strongly. They really thought they had a serious anchor on your heart. And your indifference have shown them that you love yourself too much to keep allowing yourself to be used, misused, abused, and disrespected like that. You don't care no more. So maybe now you know how to give them the disrespect that they deserve. Maybe you now know how to fight back and speak up and heal out loud right in their face. Maybe you stop apologizing. Maybe you stop trying to make it look like what it's not, and you're letting the truth be what it is. No more covering it up. No more trying to convince other people that, oh, they're nice, oh, they're good. You don't care anymore. You don't care to save nobody's hope. You don't care no more. You left them for the streets. Until next time, beautiful people, stay blessed and stay true. Bye, guys.